welcome to another live edition of Road Trip, and obviously Game 5. What a roller coaster this game has been. Allie Clifton, Chris McGee, Devin Harris here in the Road Trip Studios in LA. Rich joining us post-game. Channing is there on site right now in Oklahoma City. He's got post-game duties, and Kendrick Perkins will be joining. But in a game, guys, we'll get right to it because, Channing, I know you're going to have to run soon. In a game where OKC is led by 18, we already have people in the chat. Zach Steeple saying, "In TJ we trust." What do you think, and what's your reaction right now from the Arizona guy himself?
What an amazing show, and it's nothing that we haven't seen before. I think, with Tyrese out with his right leg injury, I think TJ understands the pace of this team, the heartbeat of this team. Man, they're just starting to be aggressive, and this is what makes the Pacers dangerous, is that they have 4 or 5 guys who can make plays for each other. They play just that continuous, relentless belief in what they want to achieve. And man, it's been. I thought this was over. All right, I'm here. You hear the crowd. OKC and all that is great. And now it's a game, so it is what it is. Hi, Chris.
Yep. It might be over if it wasn't for Wallace and Wiggins. 7 threes off the bench.
Touche, which is something that you've often said too. What did you say at the beginning of all of this to me?
Role players play better at home.
Yeah.
And
a little bit like Game 3 of Indiana, right?
100%.
With what Mathurin and the bench did.
What are you seeing,
Dude,
Devin?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Shane.
I was going to say, dude, OKC's bench got absolutely destroyed that third quarter. I think it was 20-0, where like guys like Wallace and Wiggins really made an impact in that first half. It just came to a screeching halt. So it'll be interesting to see, can they keep up, and are we going to see anything out of Tyrese or, even guys like Miles Turner or Siakam in his fourth quarter?
I think we're just seeing that. Obviously, we saw this all playoff long from Indiana. They're a 48-minute team. Yeah. Really, no lead is safe. And if they continue to work the game with the way that they play, they find ways to catch up. And different guys are stepping up. Obviously, third quarter was T.J. McConnell. But can they sustain that over this second half? Because where the ball is going for OKC. And obviously, we talked about this. Do you want the ball at the end of the game, bucket getter, or role player? And I think coming down to the fourth quarter, we're going to see both.
Very interesting. I like that take. Perk, we hear you tapping in as well.
Perk's here. I got to dip out, guys.
All right. Bye, Channing.
Love you.
Have a great
See you. Bye-bye.
Perk joining us from OKC.
There he is.
The solo man on Sundays, by the way, for those of you that are tuned in with Road Trip, and we are going to make that a continual thing every Sunday, preaching with Perk. We're going to figure out a name for it. But he did tell you at the beginning of that episode, and I'm going to remind you now, we want to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the finals. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, get notified whenever we go live, because you never know. Perk may just pop up. Perk, what are you seeing so far?
Well, one, let me say this. That was my first time doing a solo, and I was more nervous than a criminal in church. Okay, I'm going to say that. I was going to confession. I was that nervous. But look,
you were phenomenal.
Let me say this. So now we're going to make excuses for Tyrese Halliburton. I would never question the injury of anybody, but me watching him, it seems like he's moving pretty damn well to me. Before he fell on the ground, looked like he wasn't trying to be aggressive. Looked like he was afraid of the moment. Some may disagree, but that's what my eyes told me. All of a sudden, T.J. McConnell, the little gangster, he come in and all of a sudden he make a run. Let me show you. All you got to do is fight back. The resurrection of Jalen Williams, J-Dub.
Yep.
His confidence is at an all-time high. The finishing around the basket. Bona fide number 2, 1B to SGA. This has been a beautiful thing to watch. And by the way, can somebody tell me what the hell is Miles Turner? Is he going to continue to get outplayed by Chet Holmgren, or he going to show up to the NBA Finals?
You think he's getting outplayed right now, Perk?
I do, because I feel like Chet is having more of an impact on both ends of the floor. Chet hasn't shot the three well, but Chet energy, it's just like his confidence is just different. Like defensive-wise, I feel like they're picking on Miles Turner in the pick and roll. Like all of a sudden, he was like the best rim protector in the postseason to becoming a liability now in the pick and roll. Something got to change.
You mentioned Tyrese. He's back on the floor here
Doing
with what do
what?
we got? How much on the clock? Perk. I can't with you. You're so funny.
No,
Said
I'm
doing
asking.
what?
I just asked the
You just
question.
got back in, Perk.
He just got back in. The game just started, so we'll see what he said. I will say that people are in the comments saying Perk is a national treasure. But also it's Buckets NBA. I do want to tell you, go to Road Trippin' on Instagram and send us a DM because we will communicate the address to send that t-shirt to Channing since he lost that bet. It's Buckets NBA. Head over to Road Trippin' on Instagram. He said Chet 4 blocks, Turner 0. I do want to ask Perk and Devin, when we often talk about it as hosts, we talk about impact, right, on a game, and it doesn't always have to look at or be measured in numbers per se, right, from a player's perspective. So what is it in terms of an impact that you guys are noticing as a player where Chet is outperforming Miles right now? Perk, we'll start with you just because you brought up the topic.
Well, I see Chet doing little things like slowing down, getting back in transition, stopping Indiana from running basically they fast-paced offense. I'm watching Chet get switched out on guards and do a hell of a job of sliding those puppies. I'm watching Chet go and meet guys at the rim. I'm watching him alter shots. I'm watching him set hell of a screens, right? Like he's doing everything, a lot of things that's not showing up in the box score. But if you look at game 4, he was a monster. He was a monster in game 4, 15 rebounds, and then now his defensive impact. I see a guy right now that's letting J-Dub and SGA cook, and he's saying, you know what, I'm gonna solely focus on what I could do and do it at the highest level, allowing them to go small instead of that double big lineup. That's the only way this small ball works for OKC is when Chet is really, really great defensive. And he's been that.
Yeah, you talk about that, multiple efforts, and obviously with the way Indiana likes to play, the way Miles Turner can stretch the floor from three-point land, he's been absolutely disgusting from three.
It's been
And
gross.
it's been gross. And they depend on his ability to stretch the floor along with his ability to protect the rim. And like you said, when you have to guard multiple guys on each possession, the energy and effort just isn't there.
Hey, Perk, when you looked at Indiana in game 3 and then for 3/4 of game 4, the way they kind of dominated the pace, and it looked like that Indiana team that we were seeing throughout the playoffs, and they're a quarter away from going up 3-1, and the way that OKC figured out a way to win that fourth quarter, SGA getting to his spots, and now you come home and you see the way the role players are playing, and Chet and Jay Will. Are you seeing this young team kind of come of age? Have they gotten through those tough moments possibly? You know, you've been there before. You've won a title that can get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're growing right in front of our eyes. And it started with game 4 in the fourth quarter. I believe they got their identity back. They fucking started defending, holding them to 17 points all across the board. And then I saw chemistry though, right? Like late game execution. I played with a lot of greats, obviously, right? Like LeBron and Kyrie, late game, it was a two-man game between those two guys. Paul and KG, two-man game, right? Russ and KD, two-man game. We saw a two-man game between J-Dub and SGA, and I've always been a believer. The reason that the Thunder are so great and having bounce back games is because they're a team of film. I strongly believe that. Like they're a team of film. They're a team that's gonna go watch film, that's gonna learn, and that's gonna come back and they're gonna apply it the next game and play even harder. So we're just watching this team grow, and we also watched in game 4 SGA have a legendary moment. 15 points in the fourth in the last 5 minutes. Last time it was done in the last 50 years.
That's a great point, Perk. I mean, when you look at the greats that have won titles, a lot of time it's their first title. They have those moments. They've all had those moments.
Yeah. And I mean, he's unstoppable. I feel like Nembhard is doing like the best job that you possibly could do on him. But you're still gonna look up and he's still gonna have his 28 to 34 points. Right? Like you're never gonna speed him up. And by the way, J-Dub has taken a page out of SGA book. Like J-Dub getting to the free throw line has been like an amazing thing to see. This man has been balling his ass off. Now I feel like they competing with one another to see who gonna come down that final stretch for that Finals MVP, which is a good competition. That's a healthy competition. That means they both balling.
Perk, I threw it out there in game 2 when I told you J-Dub for me was the X factor of this team. And when he plays like a bona fide number 2, they're very tough to beat. And like I said, we're starting to see him grow up in front of our eyes. The biggest knock on him last year was in the series with Dallas. He didn't show up. And coming to this year, they expected him to take that step and didn't have a great series, I want to say, in round 2. Rebounded it in the conference finals. And obviously impacting that with a follow-up in the finals. But for me, when he plays at this type of level, OKC is very hard to beat.
Oh, I agree. But he grew up in the Denver series as well. Remember, he was having some off nights. All of a sudden, he go down in Denver in game 3. I think he had like 30-plus points. So he's been growing. And again, like, they're growing while getting it done. That's a plus. And they're not afraid of the moment. They don't shy away from accountability, right? Like, when they lose, you don't never hear those guys come back and, point the finger or say they, this happened or – like, think about this when you think about OKC. They're one of the best teams in the league that doesn't, like, they don't get technical fouls. Like, they do no complaining whatsoever. They get back in transition. They just get better every single fucking minute on the floor every day.
Let me ask you guys this. I heard what a block.
Yeah, Perk Siakam's doing it on both ends, getting them back in it here. Shot to get it to 4.
That's that championship pedigree.
I heard J-Dub talk about how last year a lot of conversation was about how they were young. He agreed with the thought, but then he thought running it back now, they got a lot of experience in that round versus Denver. When you were in a position like this, how much, if you're the Thunder, are you thinking back to game 1?
You're not, but you're trying to complete the mission. I guarantee you it's being said, like, the message that's being said throughout the course of that locker room is 48 minutes, 48 minutes, 48 minutes, right? And so, because they know Indiana is a team that's going to keep pushing, keep coming. But again, as we're seeing right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder, 4-point lead, I believe it is, but they're getting to the free throw line. That's their maturity.
Obviously, if you're in the chat, it is getting active. Swollen colon.
Oh.
I don't even know if I should read this comment.
What he said?
Perk waxing that ass.
Whoa.
In terms of the comments and the thoughts you have, in a good way, I'm assuming.
Whoa.
That's a good one for you, Perk.
Waxing that ass. Oh, my God.
Is that Jay Will getting to the free throw line again? So, Perk, Jay Will going to the free throw line. This will be his 9th and 10th.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. They really can't stop him. Like, he's getting downhill. SGA still got to wake up a little bit, though. I don't like the pace that SGA is playing at right now. Like,
I think they're saving that a small detail.
Yeah,
guard pick and roll, getting Nembhard off of him.
Yeah, but it's time though. It's game 5. Like it ain't time for the bullshit to be saving that. You at the crib. Like, go ahead and quit playing with your food. You got to finish your food. Straight up.
Let me ask you guys this, because we saw our very own Richard Jefferson in 2016 of the NBA Finals step up. Now, granted, he was a part of the rotation, but as a role player, he obviously was a big contributor in those finals and the outcome. At this point, are you looking for someone new to have a performance like that, for someone to have moments like that? Or are we locked in on like 7-8 man rotation? You're not going to get those extra punches from a role player.
I mean, are we forgetting about Caruso? He's got two 20-point.
I think you almost expect that, though.
Do you, though?
He's a champion. They call him Uncle.
They do call him Uncle. They do for sure call him Uncle.
Pascal Siakam, ooh. Out here going to work right now.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's really taking
Where are you watching this game at?
I got my phone underneath. I'm watching it. I'm in Richard and them room. Still in shit as usual.
They got the snacks.
Shit.
They got snacks. Oh, they got hella snacks. Chocolate, almonds. I'm gonna stay away from the bananas and oranges and shit. But they got, you know, chip ahoy
We just
cookies.
saw that shot,
Yes,
Perk, because we're a little behind you. That was a big shot, by the way. Wow.
by J
People
Dub.
thinking that OKC is getting too comfortable.
Well, they
They're
back
in
up.
shambles.
They back up. Tell them to chill out. Hey, by the way,
You tell them to chill out. You're on the live.
hey, tell them to chill out, Allie. Hey, look. By the way, let me say this. It is rocking in that arena right now. I'm talking about like loud as fuck. That's probably the loudest arena I've ever been in. This crowd is crazy right now.
There was a moment where it was hard. Who was talking about? We were talking about how it was hard to even hear Mike, Rich, and Doris.
I'm trying to tell you. And you know everybody yelling because they blowing hot air. It's hot than the motherfucker in there. Sweating this shit, dehydrated. You know everybody
There's nothing worse than hot air being blown in your face. Perk, you're still good, right? You don't have to run yet?
No, I got like 2 minutes.
Okay, 7-point game. We're heading to commercial, obviously.
5-0 run.
Yash. No, wrong one. I apologize. Oh, I'm assuming this is Tucson, Arizona. Perk, off topic, but from your solo video you're preaching on Sunday, what about Adrian Griffin for the Knicks? May not be built for the New York Knicks, but his record was 30-13 before being fired for Doc.
I pass. Here's why. I'm still upset because the Knicks fired Tibbs without having a plan. Again, like I said on my rant, if you're going to fire Tibbs, then it needs to be a Beyonce. It needs to be an upgrade.
Hey, I need you to stay out of the pop culture. We know what happened the last time, Perk. No.
That was a good. No, but Allie, that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce said, let me upgrade you. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you need to upgrade. Look, I learned my lesson from the Barbs. By the way, I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I don't need any more death threats, okay? I'm sorry. I've told you that every time I need to apologize. I didn't know it was that serious. But I don't want to knock Adrian Griffin, but I'm just trying to see what's the deal. Like, to me, it seems like the best coach that's out there is Michael Malone. But obviously, it got to be something there. I think it's something there with him and Dolan. That's why there's no, like, traction there. But I just don't see anybody that's available right now that's actually going to come in and take the Knicks, like, to the next level. That's going to do a better job than what Tibbs was doing.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. This is wild. It's not really shocking, though, that the Knicks will make a decision like this. Like, let's just call it. They stay fucking up. They do.
I mean, it's crazy because it's like you fire him, and then all of a sudden it's like going knocking at somebody else's door, like, and asking, "Hey, can I take your wife out on a date?" Like, no, the fuck. They trying to visit with everybody, which is crazy to me. I don't know. I don't know.
Guess who's entered the chat?
Mo NYC.
Mo from NYC.
We're talking about the Knicks.
He said, "Oh, y'all finally live. Damn, took a while. The game is almost over. Let's go. We see you, Mo.
Well, I tell you what, it's a good ass game, though."
Mo from NYC also said, "Big Perk, we got a plan, and Leon Rose we trust."
What's the plan? Tell him to drop the plan to us. Tell him what's the plan since he knows so much. And I'm a big fan. Tell him drop the plan. We want to know.
Tell Perk. Let him know, Big Mo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, just keep striking back. Is this series going 7 games?
I actually think it is. I think Pacers win game 6.
Can they win?
I don't know. I think you got to have a different type of mentality. I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna put nothing past the Pacers, but like knowing how hard it is to win in this arena, do you really want to come back here for a game 7? You think they want to? Is Tyrese Halliburton's leg gonna be okay?
Man, you stay on him, Pally.
I mean, he's out there right now. I'm just asking, Allie. I want to know. Like,
I
soon
love
as he,
it. I
soon as
love
he
your
start,
energy.
soon as he start playing bad, all of a sudden, like something's wrong with his leg. I just want to know.
Devin?
I
Devin
don't know,
just
Perk.
lost for words, huh?
I mean, you're right though. If you're out there, you gotta show something out there.
You gotta do something.
You gotta do something out there.
Let me ask you.
He has 2 points. I mean, I don't know how hurt he is, but he's got to do better. You're out there. You're out there.
Perk, Devin, before you guys go,
He still makes
obviously,
to?
Perk, you're not going. Devin, you just stay right there. Which player's legacy gains the most from a win in Game 5? Halliburton, Siakam? What are you eating, Big Perk? Whose food you stole?
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let me have a moment, Allie.
Strawberry or grape?
Both. By the way,
I love you.
J-Dub is having the best game of his fucking career right now.
He is. J-Dub has 35 on 12 of 20, 8 of 10 from the free throw line.
I think he's
5
gonna
boards,
score
4
right
assists.
now.
Okay, so SGA,
Ooh.
Halliburton,
Make that another
Siakam.
one.
J-Dub again. What is it, 105.97?
105.97.
With a win, whose legacy
What, far as win the whole thing, Allie?
gains the most? Simply with a win tonight.
J-Dub.
Oh,
J-Dub.
okay.
Because it was so many questions like, was J-Dub going to be enough? Could he be that bona fide number 2? And he's answered the call on the biggest stage.
You're
This
talking
is
about one game can shift the perception of a player like this.
And it's 2 in a row.
Yeah.
This back-to-back games.
I mean, looking at it from last year, you know, everybody said they're too young. Do they need to go and get a veteran? Use some of those picks that they got to bring somebody else in, or do they have that guy in J-Dub? And he took that criticism last year, came out, was like, I'm that dude, and he proved it.
Yeah. Allie, are we taping tomorrow?
Yo, I just want you to know in the chat, if Perk had his way, he would be on road tripping every single
Yep.
Every time we talk about this chat, every time we talk about going
God,
live,
another one.
Perk's response, road tripping to the fucking moon. Swear to God.
You damn right. You fucking right. I'm all in.
We are, to answer your question though, we're recording Wednesday.
Okay, cool. So I drove to Oklahoma City. I couldn't book a flight because all the flights were booked from Houston. All the flights were booked.
How far is that?
6 hours.
What?
Yep, I left at 2 in the morning. Drove. I couldn't miss work because it would have been my fault for not booking my flight on time. So I had to drive. I drove, and I mean, you know, I'm here. I was thinking about
the heart of a lion.
I was thinking about spending some money and getting a private, and
Big
I
Perk,
thought about it. I was like, fuck.
Did you play through, or did you like set your alarm for 1:30?
Huh?
Did you play through, like you just stayed up and then left at 2, or did you fall asleep before 2 to get a little nap in?
Nah, I took like a little 2-hour power nap, got on the road, hit it, skating down there. Once I got through Dallas, then I got through Denton, and then it was 111 miles to Oklahoma City, number country. I was getting somewhere.
You stop at Buc-ee's?
I did. You know it. You fucking know it. Got me a cream Dr. Pepper and a Snicker, and I kept it moving. And I ended up getting here
the
like
brisket?
I got here at 9:30.
You ain't hit the brisket?
Nah, it was too early in the morning to be eating that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, my stomach don't take that type of stuff early in the morning.
How much time we got left?
Allie, I'm about to go.
Okay, see on a run here.
I gotta go because I gotta walk upstairs.
At least you got that fuel, that PB&J Uncrustable.
Okay, and I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Allie,
Perk, we love you.
Wednesday.
You're the best.
All right.
We'll see you Wednesday.
All right.
Great job,
Go
Perk.
be a star. God, that guy.
He's amazing.
I mean, that right there. And you're up.
Yeah. I mean, that's championship effort right there.
That's what Alex Caruso does.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen that?
These performances they've gotten, though, individually from guys. Jay Will. Dort hit a big shot. Wiggins, Wallace off the bench. That was an interesting few minutes, too, when they got that. They cut that to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it to 2, actually, and they hit a 3 immediately. Then got to steal. That's why I asked him, Dev, because you're starting to sense that like OKC has gotten through the times where they were really teetering. Right? They were on the ropes in Game 4.
Yeah, you could just tell like the look, the confidence level.
It's a whole new.
We didn't see any of that like in
they
Indiana.
Looked shaky.
Yeah, we didn't see any of that.
Big moments. Finding a way to win that Game 4 on the road. Because listen, they're down 3-1. Everyone knows it's a good chance of being a wrap.
Wait, I think I might have missed this. Did Perk say he ate brisket in the morning?
No, so Bucky's, for those of you who don't know who it's like a really big chain around Texas. Got a big gas station. They're known for their swag. Food is great, but they serve like these huge brisket sandwiches throughout the day.
Yeah.
But he said it was too early for it in the morning.
Okay.
So he passed up on it. Apparently his tummy can't handle it.
Mike in the chat said, "Who eats brisket in the morning?" And then Joel Hernandez said, "Big Perk, that was both responsible and unresponsible." Gotta go with the brisket sandwich, though.
I was hoping he took a little nap.
I need a
beforehand,
Buc-ee's.
instead of going straight through. And we've all had our moments where we had to play through, but usually didn't involve driving.
That's very fair.
Slim Shetty, how do they never learn from that backcourt pass type turnover? It's ridiculous and too repetitive to not acknowledge.
It's every game that's happened a couple times, and it happened in Game 4 at crucial time also.
It's Buckets NBA. The first line of my job resume is actually Kendrick Perkins follows me on Instagram. That's
Really?
amazing. What are you thinking if you're Indy?
One, health is obviously important. Can Tyrese come back and play at that high level? Much needed. But 2, I mean, they won their home court. But obviously
They
now
did what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. Now we got to go back to Indy and do what we're supposed to do.
And then anything can happen.
And then anything can happen in 7. As they're still fighting back.
That's what they do. Is Hallie still on the floor? Yeah, he
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
We were talking about this upstairs. Have you ever had a calf injury? What was the toughest injury you had to play through?
Torn ligament in my thumb.
Jeez.
Okay.
On fire.
And probably torn ligament in my foot.
Ooh. How long did you play through it?
More than half the season.
Oh,
Did you know it was torn?
I did not.
How much, like, in a moment like this, you're on a final stage,
Mhm.
you're literally now 2 games away, but at the time of his in the second, though it was something we've heard about, right? Like, what are you telling yourself as a player? And what does it feel to play through at this stage?
Well, I feel like it all depends on where you are in your career. And we saw this with what's the kid from Minnesota?
Ant?
Yeah. Oh, I'll be back next year, right? I got
Maybe
to my
not.
finals when I was 21, right? Dallas, we were winning 50 games every year. We lost to Miami. I'm like, oh, we're good. We're young enough. We'll get back next year. Haven't sniffed it since. So I feel like depending on where you are in your career, a lot of young guys feel like, oh,
We
it's
got
going to be a
time.
continuous thing. If you're more at Rich's stage at 36 trying to fight one,
yeah.
you'll die for that championship.
Mhm.
You're laying it out there. You're
Which-
playing through everything.
You know Rich.
Yeah.
You know Rich. You guys know that
Yeah.
his psychosis at that
Yeah.
stage
Yeah.
was different.
It totally was.
It's such a great point.
Yeah. J-Dub with
What
a
a
40
night.
piece.
40.
That is incredible to think that one game completely.
I think, too, like, when it comes to Tyrese and injuries at this level of the game, like when you're in a final or a Western Conference final or Eastern Conference final, like, you have to decide am I out there hurting us, or can I do some things where I can still make an impact? Can I still pick my moments? Can I be just
we know he can be out there and dish the ball, but he's got to be an offensive threat.
Yeah.
Right. You can't be out there one dimensional.
I mean, he went to the rack earlier, got fouled, so like you saw that burst, but just the whole game, even from the start,
Cavs are tricky, man, because they control so 100%. Much, and I'm not gonna say it out there, but we've had a couple of guys go down with injuries that a little bit further south, and that kind of starts in the Cav. So you definitely want to be concerned about that.
Our guy, I got a couple. Mo from NYC, and then I got a fun fact for Joel. People in the comments want a fun fact, so we're gonna do that. But first, Mo from NYC has a few things for you, Devin. Are you ready?
Jesus. Mo, but before she even says this, I'm leaving to go to the airport from here. So like, let me live for the night, like, please, Mo.
When I saw Devin today, he said, "Do you think Mo will approve of my outfit?" Mo from NYC, Devin, where are the shoes? But great choice of wearing black socks.
Yes, Mo.
Okay, hang on. We're not done yet.
Okay.
Mo from NYC, did Devin work out before coming on the show? He looks real red and sweaty. Maybe it's the LA weather, though. You did look like you got a
I had a day today.
Yep.
I had a day.
It was hot out there today.
Woke up, beautiful, took a walk by the beach. I played golf today. Went and jumped in the ocean. Got a little cold plunge. Had a nice little dinner. This for my last night in LA, Mo. I've thoroughly enjoyed. I got a great Soho lifestyle going right
Where'd
now.
you hit the links today?
Was that Lakes at El Segundo?
Topgolf.
Yeah,
Everybody's
Topgolf.
With Jaspin?
Yep.
Shout out,
Good
Jasmine.
spot there.
LOL, we love you too, Mo. It's been fun having you here for the NBA Finals. Wow, what a shot.
I hope it goes 7 hours so I can come back.
I know. That is true. Game 6,
Yeah,
we
we
will
got
be
games.
post-gaming this road tripping live. It'll be post-game only, as well as Game 7. So just stay tuned to our social channels, because there possibly could be a ceremony after Game 6. We all think, did you say you think it's going 7?
I think it's going 6.
Oh, you think it's done in 6?
Yep.
I think
We
Pacers
think
are going to grab one at
possibly
home.
7.
But OKC is winning the series.
Mo
Felt
does
that after
say,
game 4.
does TJ McConnell win Finals MVP if the Pacers win? Because I don't know who does.
That's a great point. But really, if Tyrese is not, I don't know what percentage to put on it. It's not coming back to OKC. They have to have it.
Look at this athletic play. Ugh.
Shack Attack. Let him know your thoughts. I can't read that one out loud. It's about the consistency of Tyrese being aggressive and just what that needs to look like.
Well, I think the game, they looked like themselves. He got going early in the first half. He had 12 points in that first
He
half.
looked great first half. That was when he had triple-double.
Exactly. I think he can't wait too long to find that rhythm. Takes too long sometimes.
Let me give you my, you guys want the fun fact?
Yes.
This is kind of a fun one. I think they're all fun. Yours is the best. Baseline to baseline, in case you missed the last live. This is the first finals since Curry versus Irving, where 2 players faced off in debut signature shoes. Both teams are led by point guards in their mid-20s, Shea at 26, Halliburton at 25, wearing their first signature shoes in the finals. First finals since Curry and Irving, where they did that. Shea's Converse, Shea 001 versus Halliburton's Puma Hally 1.
I will
How
say,
about that?
with Shea,
That's fun.
he loves his signature shoes so much, he wears them to the game too.
But
Like
it's
he
not
like
the
walking
same
in?
shoe, though,
It
right?
is, well, yeah.
That he
No,
wears-
no.
yeah.
No, he's got
Okay.
another, but like he's walking in with them. I haven't seen anybody rock their signature shoe
In the tunnel.
in the tunnel off the court as much
That's
as Shea
great.
does.
This is a fun one. Shout out to Earl for this. What is a superstition from a player's perspective? Did you have superstitions?
Yeah.
What were your superstitions?
I got dressed the same way every time. Uniform, left sock, right sock, shorts, jersey, accessories, same way every time, same time on the clock. Every single game.
If you had a bad game, did you change any?
No, but if I'm having a bad game, I will change my jersey and my
Okay.
shoes in game.
Okay.
To get
That's
a fresh
a real
look.
thing.
Yeah.
I also think
Changing
that's,
jersey in game is superstition.
changing shoes is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, when does this happen?
Depends on
The end
it
of the
can
first
happen.
quarter?
If I have like a 0 for 10 in the first quarter, give me another pair of shoes. Give me switching them out and just different feel going in the
Change your
second
mindset.
quarter. Yep.
Change
Yep.
your vibe.
Yep.
13-point game. Obviously, OKC responded when they needed to throughout this one. We saw it especially here in the fourth. Do you get a different Rick Carlisle going into closeout situation? How is Rick Carlisle in a closeout?
I mean,
I guess, no, let me actually rephrase that. It's
Yeah.
not a closeout. It's an elimination
it's
game.
elimination game. You get the same. I mean, what they've done and what they need to do hasn't really changed. They just another slow start, right?
Mhm.
You can correct that at home, hopefully. But you need other guys to step up and play. I mean, Perk said it. We need something from Miles Turner. We need other guys, and like I said, role players play better at home, so you expect those guys to play better.
Yeah.
In Indiana, but you do have the pressure of now you no longer your back's against the wall.
Mhm.
But I don't think necessarily they're going to change a whole lot because they haven't really executed the game plan to a T quite yet.
I mean, we talked about that after the first quarter. The amount of turnovers, again, a night like tonight, 21 turnovers for Indy for 32 OKC points.
Wow.
You think of that stat alone.
Say that again.
21 turnovers for 32 OKC points. On the other side, 11 for OKC for 9.
Yeah.
32.
32 points scored off of 21 turnovers.
That's
Now,
what you
remember
can't
when
do.
they turned the ball over in game 1 but didn't win?
Yeah.
Remember Pacers turned over 25 times, but it was
Yeah.
only for like
9 points.
it was crazy,
Yeah.
some crazy
Yeah.
number.
And
Wow.
OKC plus 9 from 3. That was another stat in which Indy was.
Indy been dominating.
Yep. It's really the turnovers. 12 more field
Listen,
goals.
from the fourth quarter to this game, we've seen more of a team game from OKC. Yes, SGA was the man in the fourth quarter, but other guys gave you something. Tonight, it's been it's been everyone contributing.
I mean, if you give up
It's a
a
huge
40
difference in
ball
those
to
first-
J-Dub,
It's a huge difference in those first couple games.
that way, Shea doesn't have to
what I
give
mean.
up a lot of energy in the fourth quarter.
Nope. He hasn't had to do anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It seems
What's-
like OKC's dominate. It's 10-point win. I mean, and they played pretty damn good,
Yeah, that's fair.
right? Like 32 points off turnovers.
32 off of 23 turnovers. Obviously,
But that's
Rich
what
will be-
OKC does to you, right?
Yep, done it all season long.
Well, if
What
I
is he
could-
thinking right there?
How bad is my calf?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I 100% that's what he's
Yeah.
thinking. I mean, he knows right now.
Yeah.
Can he go hard in game 6?
Right.
And this is now a flight.
Mhm.
You're on a flight back home.
Oh, is that when it happened?
It started with the calf.
That's
yeah,
something-
I think Deb brought up such a great point.
Yeah.
Like, when you don't know what it is yet because you're literally in game and you haven't had time to, a lot can go on in that head of yours.
You got to think about with Dame too.
where is this?
Where did Dame start?
Yeah.
Didn't it start with a calf strain,
Are they related?
Mm-hmm.
right? And then kind of come back too soon. So it's a lot of pressure on that area. We've seen a lot of injuries.
Again, if you're in the chat and you're with us, Rich will be joining us in a few minutes. He just actually sent a message. He has to do a hit quick. Heaven forbid he have other responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But continue to fire off questions if you'd like. Dame 2, like Devin said. just relating to obviously what Tyrese is probably thinking and feeling in this moment.
It's funny. We talked a lot about Jalen these last couple weeks, and just, but when you see him play like this, and how he has a couple times now in this series, he's shown me a lot in terms of what level he can go to.
Just ready for the moment.
Yeah.
Right? And just understanding that he has to play well. That Denver series, I think, was a wake-up call for him. Like, okay, if I don't play at this type of level, we can't be successful. Learned a lot from that, came back from it, took the scrutiny, came back and played well. And these last two series, he's been locked in.
You know, Dev, I'm sure as a hooper and a player, like you probably love seeing a guy navigate through a series and maybe be not ready in the beginning, but by game 5, he's playing like an all-star. You know, in the Super Bowl, you get one game.
Yeah.
You have a bad game, that game's over. You don't get a game 2. I think that's the beautiful thing about hoops a lot is if you watch these series closely, how guys kind of navigate through bad moments. You know, in game 1, you could be like, they're not ready for the moment. They're too young.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
look
So
like
then they're
at
down.
Indiana.
Then they're down 10 in game 4.
Yeah.
They can't handle the pressure, and then they get through it, navigate through it.
But you're watching a young team that's literally maturing in the moment.
Yeah.
Right. Never been on this stage before. And really just stepping up and understanding, like, yeah, we know we're young, but this is ours to have. We're the favorite team. We've had the best series. We have the MVP. It's ours to lose. And to come into that with that type of mentality as a young team and then struggle at their game in Indiana and then come back and win.
Struggled for a lot of the fourth game.
And then come back and get a signature win like that. The
Was
confidence
huge.
level is different.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I think what I love about this OKC team, and I think I truly respect it, is something you guys were talking about, not to pile on Ant, but there is that, you know, when you're young and you lose, and we've all been through it, whatever sport we play, like, we'll be back.
Yeah.
OKC could say that more than anybody because they will be back most likely. They got 10 draft picks in the first round in the next 5 years. They are loaded with talent. These guys are in their young, early 20s. They can trade. They can do so many things. They could easily say that. We'll be back. But you don't know when you're going to be back. You don't know who's going to get injured. You don't know how things change.
That's what we talked about, the 92%.
Yeah.
Things that have
Look at
to
the
go
history.
right.
133% of things have to go right for you to win, according
James
to Channing.
Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. Same sort of.
Yep.
Right?
We'll be back.
Made it there.
We'll win
Yep.
3.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yep.
Things happen. They lose James, and then everything starts to fall apart.
You got to win when
and
you're there.
they never really
Yep.
got back to that moment. So I feel like all that history built up for that, knowing what they went through back then.
Yeah.
Putting all that effort into it now.
So as a restricted free agent, I actually want to talk about a couple different angles here. We talked about J-Dub and what a performance like this can do for him. How much more money did this make him?
Oh, so
This-
much. He about to get
I
paid.
mean, it's raining.
He's about to get paid. But it's going to, because I don't know if OKC is a team that's going to go into the luxury, right? Are they going to go into the second apron?
Do they need to? They can let a guy walk away because who's redshirting? The guy from
Yeah, the guy from Europe coming
Europe.
over next year. Yeah,
you know, Wallace, rookie.
yeah. They got Chet. Chet's coming up. You're gonna have to extend Chet at some point.
Yeah.
I want to ask from a standpoint of, as a superstar entering free agency, does obviously both of these franchises being small market teams, but to see the way the Thunder have done what they've done, is it more appealing? As a superstar.
Yes, from a superstar standpoint, 100%. You got a bunch of young guys that can fit around, but that superstar is going to have to fit into their culture.
But just in terms of choosing a small market.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They're building a new stadium there too, so I think the enticement of smaller markets now becoming a thing
Is a thing.
is a thing.
Yeah.
Hurts Firmino.
Gonna say. Yeah, that's on a different level for us.
Unfortunately, he's right.
Yeah.
But it hits differently when he says
But part of it
Right.
has to do with how the CBA is structured.
Mm-hmm.
As a superstar, I mean, you're only getting probably 2 max guys now on each team. So that max level slot has become a lot smaller,
a lot smaller.
right?
How do you
Yep.
you got to get crafty with your mid?
Yeah.
And what you can do.
We're obviously going to do a little around the NBA for a moment as we're waiting for Richard to join us to give his reactions here to Game 5. Series shifting back to Indy for Game 6. Your thoughts of the Desmond Bain?
Did he get
Orlando?
5 picks or 4 picks for Desmond? 4
4
unprotected?
and a pick swap.
4, yeah.
Unprotected.
There was a...
Did you see the
KD?
No, did you see the Austin Reeves next to him? Like, what
Oh.
if it was this guy? How many would he get? And Austin Reeves' numbers are better than Desmond Bain's.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think for Orlando, much needed, right?
Yeah.
They need that outside threat. They need the shooting. He fits into what they do perfectly. Now, they
really
had to give
struggled
up
shooting the ball
a
last year.
shit ton to get him. But at the end of the day, what are they going to do with those picks? When they have an opportunity to get a player that they desperately need,
Yeah.
they got off of KCP's money,
Mhm.
perfect fit for them. Now the question is, like, what is Memphis doing?
Do they reset?
Well, that
To a point, yes. To a point. Not a full reset.
Is Jaw still there?
I think Josh's still there. I think they keep
Jaren.
Jaren and then build from there.
I thought it was amazing.
Those
when
are two good pieces.
Bain gets traded.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was Jaren Jackson and John Morant that were trending.
Right.
On Twitter. So I thought like everybody got sold off, but I mean that's the thought, right? But
I don't think they're in a position where they need to full reset.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so
Obviously,
either.
that team, the way it was structured, it's like when you're in the middle of the pack and you're barely making the playoffs with the teams that you have to do something
Yeah.
to kind of shake that up.
Yeah, where they were going, they were the way the West was
Yeah.
starting to trend, they were falling off big time. I mean, just a couple years ago in 23, they were a 2 seed.
Yeah.
When the Lakers beat them in the first round.
This is some fun action again. First of all, I told y'all Lakers fans, I'll give you Mitchell Robinson for Austin. That's Mo from NYC.
Out of your mind, Mo. I got my friends from Kansas.
Everyone.
They're laughing at they're laughing right now.
Everyone has some thoughts about that. Mo from
That's
NYC
really disrespectful to Austin Reeves.
dove into you. I always wondered how to get the salt and pepper look that Chris has,
Just get old.
which is an interesting thing because you're toying with it. You're not
Yeah.
sure if you like it. We tell him we love it at Spectrum. Thank you. We've got a
Yeah,
live
it's weird.
audience back here.
It's fairly new, to be honest with you, Mo.
Yeah.
It is. Interesting observation on the Road Tripping podcast, but we have talked a lot about it in
He
the
has
makeup room.
observed everything. It was so funny. Danny just spilled his drink everywhere. Mo, keep him coming.
I'm assuming Mo doesn't like it. Is that
No, he loved
or you
it.
really? There's no way.
He loved it. He gave you a compliment.
Here's
Yeah.
what's really weird.
He said he'll get that look eventually.
Here's what's really weird. I'm telling you right now, Dev, and Allie will attest this. No one ever says anything about my hair. About 4 months ago, when we really started to embrace it, I got guys telling me they like my hair now. Friends of mine. It's very random. No one ever said a word to me, and now I got salt and pepper.
So were you hitting it with the Just for Men before, or
Just a little CNC on occasion, maybe a little. I don't know. We'll see.
I got you. Okay.
But also a little age. Age
Okay.
hit a little bit, and
All right.
I am getting a haircut tomorrow.
Mike said being a dad brought mine into
oh,
my
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
By the way, I got 2 teenage daughters, Mo. So there's that. I mean,
He
things-
just chimed in again. I love your hair,
Oh,
Chris.
thanks, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, of course. They all want to
It's
know
crazy. No one ever said a word to me with my hair. Yeah. All this,
The stress of
the stress of being a dealer.
They just showed a highlight of the fans in OKC.
They going nuts.
Like, what a fan base. Just
Oh,
thriving. They all put on the T-shirts,
they lean
all
into it.
following
Yeah,
protocol.
they lean into it. They do.
I mean,
It really
do
is a
you
great
not?
atmosphere. It's a college type atmosphere there. I mean, I remember covering teams and going on the road there, and it was phenomenal back in the rest days.
it's Buckets NBA. Jaren doesn't seem like a Memphis for lifer to me.
Jaren,
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting.
I mean, bringing in KCP, the vet, I don't necessarily know if they're selling him off right now, but it sure seems to be going that way. They got all these picks, or maybe they can make a trade to bring someone else in.
What pick did they get? Where's Memphis picking this year in the draft?
Oh,
Hey, team.
After-
Hey,
This year, right?
team.
Weren't they
After the
eighth seed,
Mavs got the
ninth
one,
seed?
after the Mavs got the number one pick, I forgot about everyone else. 16. They're
16.
What up,
in the draft.
squad? What up, squad?
What up,
You guys
Rich?
hear me?
What up, Rich?
Whoa, what a
Rich.
game. What's up?
Hey, buddy.
Welcome.
First of all, before I
Yes.
join, DB, come in here. Come in here, DB. Tell him, DB.
Come on, how good was that game, you guys?
Yes,
Get us out of the
Doris.
one shot. I want to see those faces of them.
Yo, baby, what's cooking?
Hey, DB.
Man, you guys
Allie,
look
what's
good.
happening?
Yeah, there's
Oh my God,
Devin,
we
Geeter.
just love
These
seeing
guys.
your face. We don't know if we
Hey,
love seeing
guys.
Richard's as much as we love seeing yours. Actually, we know we know.
I love this man, the absolute best teammate ever. I don't need to tell you, Allie, the best teammate ever.
Thank you.
And he's a bad man.
Oh, thank you. Look at that. When you get a compliment from the GOAT,
Man,
just
clip
stand
it.
up straight. Stand up straight.
Put
Okay,
that
I don't
for-
have
put
much.
that
I
for
don't
your
have
story.
much, so let's jump in. And I got to go do
Can
Scott
you tell
Van
us what
Pelt.
it's
So
like to be a teammate of DB's?
it is the great, like she is the biggest hype person. She is the best teammate. I wouldn't be sitting in this seat if it wasn't for her. So again, I said I'm gonna name my next son Doris. I promise you.
What if it's a girl? Can it be a girl?
He does, he
I
doesn't
don't.
make those.
Whatever child comes out, it'll be Doris. I don't care.
He knows I have the girls.
You
He
know?
has the boys. We talk a lot about it.
Yes,
He knows.
yes.
RJ, I got to say
Yes.
this. Jay Will.
Okay.
Bad man.
I'm about to say something, and this is going to sting me. This is going to sting me, and I think everybody at this chat. He might be the best player ever from the state of Arizona. He might be the best player. I know he's from Perry High School. We had the same high school coach. I will concede me. Mike Bibby, Sean Elliott. I'm watching this dude put an all NBA, an all defensive team, an all-star, and he is one win away from winning a state championship. Now look, he grew up out there on Luke Air Force Base. Same high school coach. We co-coached both of us, and I said it on the broadcast. I can't. Now he's an Arizona kid. Went to high school out there. Mike Bibby is probably still my number one. But if this boy keeps going, Mike and I never made all-star games. Sean Elliott did. From the state of Arizona. I'm not talking about University of Arizona. I'm talking about from the state of Arizona. He might be the best player from our state. And that is a compliment
Frye
that I
in that
have to get
combo?
him. Hell yeah, Channing Frye's in the building. Channing Frye was like 9th on the list. And that's my brother. Right? No, Channing Frye on the list.
Two questions. Where is Channing Frye? You just answered that. And the other one, are you drunk?
No, wait a minute. Am I drunk? No. I'm just watching this, and I'm just sitting here like, this dude's 23 years old, 24 years old, doing this on the biggest stage, been dominant
40
all
in the
year
finals?
long, better every
40 in
single
the
year.
finals?
40.
It's
He had 17, 19, 24, 27, 40 ball. I don't even know if those are the right numbers, but it's gone up every single game. And that's a tough one for me to say, right? I'm sitting here watching. Is he the best kid to ever come out of the state of Arizona? I'm still going to concede to Mike. Mike's number 2 pick in the draft. He did a lot of amazing things. But this kid, and he's still young, he is not far away.
Is he your MVP through 5 games, or do you still go SGA?
I'm still going to go SGA because when I look at the amount of open space that he gets, he's still not their primary focus, and he's their Scottie Pippen. And I don't want to say that loosely, and I don't want to disrespect the 50 greatest. I'm not saying that, but he fills in the gaps everywhere around SGA. You want to put two people, like SGA had a quiet 30-point game, and I said it during the broadcast that this reminded me of when Kyrie and Bron both went for 40 in Game 5 in Golden State. Now, the situations are different, the needs are different, but to watch two guys just go toe-to-toe and dominate, it's been special to watch.
Organic Lindo saying prisoner of the moment much. Mike in the comments saying I would need to see him repeat it next year first.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So prisoner of the moment. I didn't make an all-star game. Mike never made an all-star game. Channing never made an all-star game. Sean Elliott did. And Sean Elliott is a 1 or 2-time champion. Don't quote me on that. But also, when you look at all NBA, all-star, all defensive team, he's definitely, and if they're able to win a championship, he's had a 1-year stretch better than anyone that's ever come out of the state of Arizona.
Yeah,
I'm not going to concede my spot and be a prisoner of the moment. But show me the stats, show me the numbers, show me the accolades.
How much money does a night like tonight make him? We talked about this earlier.
Oh, he's
a
max.
restricted
He's max.
free
It's like
agent.
Shea. You don't need, there's no negotiation. You walk in there and you just say max. Hey, nice, good to see you, Sam. Just, send that check. Max. Max.
Is that how you?
Max.
Is that how you handle your negotiations?
Well, I'm currently under a negotiation right now, and no, that is not how. That is not how. I don't get to perform at that level. But what he's done is no. I'm watching this and I'm evaluating this, and look, it's Geet, you have a special place, right? Like for California dudes, you've watched all the California kids coming up in the state. Deb, Wisconsin, I think you're from, whatever Podunk town you're from. I don't know who's the best.
I mean,
Who's the best ever from the state of Wisconsin?
Best ever? Probably Nick Van Axel.
Ooh, Nick the Quick. Nick the Quick's a bad
do you want to
man.
ask me about Ohio? Do you want to ask me about Ohio?
Nah, we know the fucking answer to that bad boy. We know the answer to that. See, that's the thing. Arizona is still, again, look, it is a relatively, I was under recruited. There's a lot of guys that come out under recruited. We've had great players. I'm not questioning that. When you look at the accolades and the year he's had, no one from the state has ever had that. And you look at this kid's got 10, 12 more years, right? If healthy, playing next to SGA, it's been fun to watch.
Mo from NYC said Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Yes.
We're
Fair,
talking
Mo.
basketball, clown boy.
Hey, be nice to Mo. He's been the best for us.
He's been great. And we got a
He's
lot of
got
compliments.
Devin confused.
We got a lot of compliments from Mo tonight.
Rich, I showed up to the
Okay.
house today, and Devin goes, "Do you think Mo will like my outfit?" First thing out of his mouth.
Mo, hey, listen, Mo, we love you. And if you know how we love each other in our group, we talk a lot of shit. So yeah, I'm still calling you clown boy, Mo. Talking about basketball.
What's your thought about Tyrese Halliburton?
Tyrese is tough. He's been the most polarizing player in this whole postseason, right? Hitting big shots, having some off nights. Tonight, this is not the team to be 95% against. This ain't the team to be 98%. This is a team to be 100%. I still thought like his mid-range is what they're giving him, but he gets to the mid-range and kicks it out. And he's an outstanding passer, no question about that. But he's got to figure out a way to get to some of those floaters, get to some of those pull-ups, because the threes that he's shooting are deep because they're pressuring him. And then you look at the way that they collapse in the paint. Tyrese Halliburton, I think he's going to recover in the next 2 days. And if you're a betting favorite, I think Indiana and the way their young guys play in the juice. Look, make no mistake, this was a 2-point game with 5, 6 to go. So now you flip that. Yeah, you flip that script and then you put this in Indiana, and maybe Indiana comes out with this win tonight. But it was just very, very impressive to watch them weather the storm, because it felt like a lot like game one. Like they turned it over 347 times and you're only up by 12 at halftime. And Indiana, they do wear on you, but they just made some simple mistakes. And the pressure, you give credit to OKC, but it's the pressure.
I think OKC got their swagger back after this last game. You could tell just the confidence level that they were playing at, how they started the game. We didn't see that in any of the games in Indiana. Obviously, they came back in that fourth quarter, but when you talk about getting a big win in game 4, I felt like just their mindset was completely different coming into this game. We saw them pressure like we saw earlier in the series, and obviously creating those turnovers, getting back to playing at the speed that they want to play at.
Yeah, but look at that. But think about that. Even think about in that game 4, right? They were down by 7 going into the fourth. That game, they were very close to being down 3-1. They were a couple of plays. Obviously, Shea goes for 14 in the final 5 minutes. They only scored 7. They were probably about 2 or 3 buckets away from being up 3-1 in this series, and now they're down 3-2. That's the Dev. You know this. This goes. The swings of this stuff happen so quick. But it's still been fun to watch both teams battle. You can feel the energy. It don't matter if you're up by 17. You want to be up by 18 in the fourth against Indiana, not in the first.
Rich, you're almost 2 weeks into this, 5 games of your first NBA Finals. Seems like you're having more fun with each game. How are you feeling going into Game 6 personally?
Man, again, you guys saw DB. Man, I'm so lucky to have her to sit next to Mike Breen, a guy that I watched do the finals, that called 2 of my finals, I believe maybe 3, but called 2 of my finals. But to sit next to him, to watch his preparation, his understanding of the game, he's a very, very unique talent. Again, whether it's him or Marv Albert, Chick Hearn is up there as the greatest, play-by-play people of all time. But I feel lucky to have been able to sit in this seat, learn from him. I think every single game as a group we get better. We feel more comfortable. When he started dropping Barry White, he started dropping Barry White on the broadcast, I'm like, Mike, I'm rubbing off on you, big fella. I'm rubbing off on you. I was like, Mike, basketball's supposed to be fun. Basketball's supposed to be fun, and he's having a lot of fun. And I think that is really enjoyable to be a part of.
I have a question about Mike Breen, and I didn't know this, but did you know that the bang was reserved for only 3-point shots?
He
Is that
just
something that
says,
you knew?
no, well, he said most of them are for
Most of them?
3-point shots. Most of them. And again, this is what I will say is that they're not, he's not thinking about them. They're not premeditated. It's really, truly, if I like the double bang he'll give you. Like, it's very rare. And so, he felt like Mike really, because Mike really cares about his love and his respect for the game. And I've been telling him, I'm like, Mike, do you understand that, people are saying MJ or kids are saying Kobe, but now they add bang after they hit a shot. So for a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, he was a little disappointed that he hit the biggest shot of his life and he didn't get that opportunity to get that call from Mike. And Mike jokingly gave it to him in the first half of the next game. But that just shows you the person that Mike is. He didn't fully process. He's like, why is everyone so crazy that I didn't give that? And I'm like, Mike, because that's a part of the NBA culture now.
Rich, do you have to go do Scott Van Pelt?
I do, but I told him to come get me. I told him where I was, and nobody's called me
good.
yet.
So you're good for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Buckets NBA said J-Dub just said the next game will be the hardest game to get, and we wouldn't want it any other way. Obviously, you've been a part of the hardest, probably, closeout game, and you did it on the road just like the Thunder have an opportunity to do. What's that mindset like?
The mindset's going to be tough. And look, I have a feeling that we are closer to a game 7 than we are a closeout. And that's respect to Indiana, right? If you told me right now, is it going 7 or is it going 6? I would say 51% it's going 7, 49% it's going to be game 6. And the game 7 is different because you have nothing left. You're all laying it out there. You have to subconsciously tell yourself, if you're OKC, that this is game 7. You have to subconsciously tell yourself that this is a game 7. We have to win it here. And when I tell you those boys are exhausted, come on in. All right, ready for me? I don't know. Somebody knocked on the door. I'm in the B block of Scott Van Pelt. Do you see the road tripping family? First of all, can we get a shout out for how beautiful that television screen looks back there with the big road tripping? Man, that looks beautiful back there.
Crew's been awesome.
Fully utilize the entire TV. Did you notice the details?
Oh, I've noticed the details. I pick it up, but no, it's been so awesome, man. I appreciate all of you guys being there. Geeter, you showing up, Devin, you flying in, Allie doing what you do. I appreciate you guys back there.
We love you, buddy.
Devin, if you didn't have to go to Madison, if you didn't have to go to Wisconsin,
I'd still be here. I wouldn't leave.
Well,
I thought for
Yeah,
sure he's canceling
well,
that
Dev, get tuned up
I
for
had
next
passed
year,
the
bro.
hosting test with flying colors.
Yeah, get tuned up for next year, man. We're gonna make this a reoccurring thing.
Let's do it.
Before you leave, Rich, there's a clip of you walking up to J-Dub with a towel over his head.
Yes.
What did you say to him?
Nothing. I just said, man, it was a pleasure to watch you. There's a pleasure to watch you. That's all I said.
Did you literally say you're not going to say what's up after this man just dropped a 40 ball in the NBA finals?
No.
No.
No. Like, I walked up and he laid. I know the exhaustion that he's feeling with, and he didn't know who was talking to him. He didn't know who he was talking to. And even after that interaction, I got on my podcast, and said he's the best player from the state of Arizona. So that shows you how I feel. But as soon as he recognized it was me, he knew he was going on television. He was going to go sit next to Channing. So I was like, yo, young fella, man, good job. And he was just kind of sitting there, I'm like, man, you're not going to say what's up? And all, just like, it's a joke. And he lifted up, oh, my bad. That man is dying right now. He is dying. Don't make it. That was not an easy 40 ball. Like, his body was feeling it.
They
What's the
say you're a
chat?
top 5 Wisconsin player.
Oh, I am.
He is.
Tell him, Devin.
Oh,
Tell him.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
He
get
is.
sun like that in Wisconsin, man. You got some sun last couple days, huh, Dev?
Oh man, I've been living my
Hey.
best beast life, bro.
Mo from
Yeah.
NYC had that comment too.
Yeah.
Blue skies
Yeah.
the last 2 days, RJ.
Oh man, I can't wait to get back, man. You didn't want to wear the jersey today, Dev?
No,
I'm joking, player. I'm joking, player.
Yeah.
I lost that
Any
privilege after my
adventures over
last
here?
joke. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Rich, what do you think of the Desmond Bain? I do want to give this take really quick. I just saw it on the internet. I believe it was Jamal
Come in.
Mosley.
Are they ready?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in like a minute.
Okay, gotta go. Bye. Love you guys.
Love
All right.
you.
That's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
And
That's how
a
we
wrap.
roll.
That's how we
on
do
road
for
tripping.
game
And on
5.
that is a wrap. Mic drop. Just kidding. For all of you in the chat, remember, subscribe. You probably already have. Hit the bell notification. If you only listen to us on the audio side, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, we're trying to get 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube side before the end of the finals, which could potentially be on Thursday.
Yeah.
If not, we'll see you on Sunday as well. But we love you all, and thanks for engaging with us. You as well, from Mo from NYC. Until next time. Love you guys. Come on earlier next time.